Welcome to an Introduction to Python Lesson 2 with me, Richwell Cooper. In this lesson we'll be dealing with integers and basic maths functions. Integers are another data type in Python, much like strings. However, they have different properties. Integers are whole numbers and cannot be text or numbers that have decimal places. Declare an integer variable by stating the name that we're going to use for the variable and then the value of the variable. Note that unlike a string variable, we do not enclose the value of the variable in speech marks. Printing integer variables, we enclose them in round brackets, but we don't need the speech marks. The value of my number is 10, and we multiply that by 10 to get our answer of 100. Python will just evaluate the mathematical function and output the result. Let's start by declaring two integer variables, num1 and num2, adding them, taking one away from the other, multiplying them, and dividing them. Dividing two integers may not end up with an integer answer. It may end up with a real number, which is known in Python as a float. You may want to pause the video now and practice what you've learned. Python won't automatically round up numbers that are reals or floats, so we need to use a function to do that. We can specify how many decimal places we want, in this case 2. You may want to pause the video at this point and practice. Python's also got a few really useful maths functions that you should familiarise yourself with. As well as calculating powers, Python can also return the whole number answer of a division, and it can also return the remainder only part of a division. Strings, integers, and other content can be printed just by separating them with commas inside the print statement, as shown. This enables you to create meaningful output for the user. You can put a calculation in a print statement, or you could store the result of the calculation as another variable and use that in the print statement. Pause the video now and practice what you've learned. Python follows the normal rules for the order of operations in mathematical functions. The computer will evaluate calculations according to the rules of BODMAS. In any calculation, the numbers can be substituted with variables, or the variables can be substituted with actual values. If we want to input integers, we need to make sure we tell the computer to expect an integer value. Do this by entering int before the input statement, and we enclose the entire input statement in brackets. Remember to add the extra closing bracket at the end of the statement, otherwise this will generate an error. Note that inputting any non-integer value will create an error and cause the program to crash. We'll discuss how we can stop these kind of errors later on in the course. So let's quickly recap. We understand how to input integer values, we understand how to assign integer values and carry out simple calculations. Non-integer numeric values are classified as floats and are a different data type in Python. This concludes lesson 2. See you again for lesson 3.